Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening. You're welcome to this wonderful event this evening. Members' evening, the first in the year 2024. May we all rise for the national anthem, please. Don't worry, we'll project it so that you can follow. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Thank you. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, program is about to start. I'd like to warmly welcome you to this year's Members' Evening, the first for this year. On behalf of the Chartered Institute of Directors, I'd like to warmly welcome you to our Members' Evening. As you may be aware, our Members' Evenings are deliberately put together with you, our members, in mind. It's an evening to network, share knowledge, and interact with each other, providing the platform to expand your professional network by connecting with like-minded directors from diverse industries and backgrounds. Before we go further into this event, let me quickly recognize members of the top table here present and other distinguished dignitaries. As those that are here and those that are joining us virtually, I'd like to start by recognizing our chief host for today, and he's none other than our distinguished president and chairman of the Governing Council, Chartered Institute of Directors of Nigeria. He is Alhaji Tijani M. Borodo, LLM, FCIOD. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I'd like to quickly also appreciate and recognize the first Vice President of the Chartered Institute of Directors of Nigeria, Mr. Tunji Oyebanji, FCIOD. Thank you, sir. Now seated, there are two very beautiful women seated next to the President, but I would recognize the lady with the very fine turban. I always like her attire, and I tell her all the time. And she is none other than the second Vice President of the Institute, Mrs. Amina Oyogbala, FCIOD. She's also the chairman of the Membership and Branch Development Committee. Thank you very much, Madam, for being here. I'd also like to appreciate and recognize the Director General and CEO of the Chartered Institute of Directors of Nigeria, Mr. Dele Alimi, MCIOD. Thank you, sir. And I've left the the reason why we're here for the last. Seated next to the president is our distinguished guest speaker for today, and she's none other than Dr. Oluwatomi Kogo, Managing Director, Iwosan Wellness Center. Thank you very much, Madam. I'd also like to appreciate and recognize the presence of the immediate past president of the Institute, Dr. Ije Jidema, who is joining us virtually. Thank you very much, Madam, for being here. And I also want to appreciate and recognize our distinguished chairman of branches that are here and distinguished past presidents that are also joining online. Okay, right in the room, we also have our distinguished past president in the presence of Mr. Femi Ekundayo, FCIOD. Thank you very much, sir. DFCIOD. And next to him is one of the members of the Governing Council, Alhaji Lamistiko, DFIOD. Thank you very much, sir. We also have members of the Membership and Branch Development Committee seated here. I see the Vice Chairman of the Membership and Branch Development Committee, Dr. Uche Olowu, FCIOD. Thank you very much, sir. And without much ado, I'd like to invite to give us his welcome address, the President and Chairman, Governing Council of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, Alhaji Tijani M. Borodo, LLM, FCIOD. Thank you, sir. Please, let's encourage him. Let's encourage him as he comes up. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Sana. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, let me thank you for coming here most sincerely. Despite the rains in Lagos, ordinarily when it rains in Lagos, events start 2 or 3 hours. But we are starting at this time. I thank you for coming to this event. Sena has asked me to deliver an address. And this address is Sena's address. The DG is here. Is it your address, DG? It's Sena's address. Sena, I'm here to deliver your address. Whatever I get right, it goes to you. Any wrong, I'm responsible. Distinguished guest speaker, Dr. Oluwatomi Kogo, Managing Director, Iwosan Wellness Center. Distinguished past president, Femi Ekundayo, present physically out here. Dr. Ije Jidema, the immediate past president, who is joining us virtually. Other past presidents, the first vice president, Mr. Adetunji Oyebanji, the second vice president and chairman of the Membership and Branch Development Committee, Mrs. Amina Oyagbola. Ladies and gentlemen, they are my vices. One is on the right and the other on the left. But they are very good vices. Members of the Governing Council of our institute, members of the Executive Committee of our institute, fellows and members of our great institute, icons and captains of industries, gentlemen of the press, our partners and sponsors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure that I welcome you all on behalf of the Governing Council of the Chartered Institute of Directors Nigeria to this auspicious event. I'm delighted to see so many familiar faces and to welcome new ones to the membership evening. The theme for this evening is leadership and wellness, balancing success and well-being. I'm pleased to note that our Membership and Branch Development Committee, ably led by Mrs. Amina Oyagbola, FCIOD, has been able to infuse fresh ideas and innovation in this edition of our members' evening. I must appreciate and thank the committee and others who ensured the success of this program. Amina, I must thank you for what you've done. Amina has just come back into the country. She's been away for a while, but she has made the promise to be here. Thank you for coming. The theme for this event reflects a crucial shift in our corporate landscape. Gone are the days when the relentless pursuit of results overshadowed the well-being of leaders and their teams. Today, we recognize that true success hinges on a balanced approach, where strong leadership fuels growth while prioritizing the health and happiness of those driving it. As directors, we are often at the forefront of innovation, strategy, and governance. Yet amidst these responsibilities, it is easy to overlook the importance of our health and well-being. This evening, we aim to explore how we can harmonize these aspects to lead a more effective and sustainable life. I would like to warmly welcome our esteemed guest speaker, Dr. Oluwatomi Kogo, Managing Director, Eosen Wellness. Dr. Kogo's insight into the nexus between leadership and wellness will undoubtedly provide us with a valuable perspective and practical strategies. Distinguished members and fellows, you can recall I did state in my inaugural speech to pursue the 3 points agenda of review, reform, and reinvigoration. Tonight, I'm proud to see a rebranded membership evening as testimony to this agenda. The members' evening has been reviewed, reformed, and you can see reinvigoration. To serve you better, we are proud to introduce varieties to lighten up the evening for your utmost satisfaction. This approach not only accommodates the diverse preferences of our members, but also demonstrates our commitment to innovation, creativity, and inclusivity. I'm confident that this evening will be an enriching experience for all of us as we reflect on the complexities of leadership and wellness. Let us remember the importance of balancing success with well-being. By doing so, we not only enhance our effectiveness, but also contribute to the sustainability and resilience of our organizations and the country. Whether you are here with us in the elegant surroundings of the Oriental Hotel in Victoria Island, Lagos, or joining us virtually, your presence enriches our community. Let us connect, engage in enriching discussions, networking, and enjoy the evening. Esteemed members and fellows, permit me to thank once again the Membership and Branch Development Committee, our partners, sponsors, and the Secretariat, ably led by the DG Dele Alimi, for ensuring the success of this program. Thank you for being here and for your continued dedication to the Chartered Institute of Directors Nigeria. Together, let us embark on a journey towards more balanced, healthy, and impactful leadership. Enjoy your evening. Thank you very much. Senna, the mistakes are mine, as I told you. It's a good write-up, so I commend you for it. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause for the President, please. Thank you very much, sir, for that speech. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. President, for that speech. So we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, and that's just to invite a distinguished guest speaker for today, Dr. Oluwatomi Kogo. She's a seasoned healthcare professional, and she's here to share her wealth of experience in the area of healthcare and wellness. And just before I invite her, I'd like to, if you don't mind, madam, please be upstanding while I read your profile. Thank you very much. And I'll try to make it as quick as possible so you're not under punishment. Dr. Oluwatomi Kogo is the Managing Director of Iwosan Lagoon Outpatient Clinic and Iwosan Wellness Center. She's a highly trained professional with a diverse background in healthcare management and administration across notable brands in the modern healthcare space. She's also a health coach with a strong passion for wellness. Her expertise lies in identifying critical gaps within the health sector and providing solutions to enable quality delivery of care, setting global standards in keeping with international best practices, and creating an enabling environment for the practice of safe care. She obtained her medical degree from the College of Medicine, University of Lagos, and bagged an MBA in International Healthcare Management from the renowned University of Aberdeen, UK. She is a member of the American College of Healthcare Executives, the Society of Lifestyle Medicine of Nigeria, Women in Management, Business and Public Service, WIMBIS, Healthcare Federation of Nigeria, and the Society for Quality in Healthcare. I think that deserves a round of applause. She has worked in various health institutions in different capacities before joining Iwosan Lagoon Hospital as the Managing Director in December 2022. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to invite Dr. Oluwatomi Kogo, Managing Director, Iwosan Wellness Center, to the podium for her address. Please keep clapping, keep clapping. It's not easy, it's not easy. Thank you, thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for having me. Thank you to the leadership of the Chartered Institute of Directors. We don't take this for granted at all. And I would say we highly celebrate you for taking out time to network and to discuss this important topic we have today. We shouldn't take it for granted. Wellness is now a movement, and we should all be part of it. Can I have my presentation, please? So the theme for today, for tonight's event, is leadership and wellness, balancing success and well-being. By way of introduction, we'll just quickly look at the popular sayings. It is something that will kill a man. You've either said it before or you've heard somebody say it. Am I true? Am I telling the truth? And this is peculiar, very peculiar with men. When you tell men, go to the hospital, it's something that will kill a man. Don't worry about it. We will debunk that myth today. Another popular saying, we have it in our family. My father was hypertensive. My mother was diabetic. It is something that will kill a man. We will debunk that myth again today. Our parents, our grandparents didn't have to worry about this wellness thing. What's all the fuss about wellness? Why do I have to do my annual physical anyway? I know my body. I don't need to see a doctor. I know exactly what to do. I'm sure you've heard somebody say that before. So, it is something that will kill a man. That one is so common that, like I said, men are notorious. So when you tell them, go and see your doctor, no. They're notorious at going to see their healthcare physician They won't go until it becomes a national problem and everybody starts running helter-skelter, the whole nation, the entire nation. And it is the problem of who? The woman. She's left to take care of the man who refused in his, don't let me use that word, who refused to go and see the doctor. Sorry, sir. In his wisdom. I like that, in his wisdom. Who refused to go and see the healthcare professional at the early stages of these symptoms, where things could have been curbed, and then you go on and live a perfect life. We have it in our family. What do you have in your family? Yes, for us medical doctors, when I was in medical school, they taught us that some diseases are familiar. So when you come to the hospital and your doctor is taking your history, some of the questions we do not forget to ask is, especially, are you hypertensive? No. Are you diabetic? No. Does your father have it? Yes or no? Does your mother have it? Yes or no? Those are common because once you have a trend, we know that there's a pattern in the family. Usually, medicine has taught us that once the father has it, once the mother has it, then the children are most likely to have it. Let's go on to my next slide. We'll debunk all of these myths today. And I hope the men, they're ready and they're willing and they are going to do better because we need to make them do better so that it doesn't become a national problem anymore. We need to sort out our national issues today. And we need to keep, like I said, wellness is a movement. So the movement starts here. Okay. Our men that don't like going to the hospital. This is the life expectancy. The one on top here is what we have for Nigeria, comparing it to the global life expectancy. Females in Nigeria are expected to live an average of 54.2 years. Males, 53.5. Globally, females live 76 years. So the gap is still very wide. And then males, 70.8 years. Because men don't go to the hospital. So typically, women tend to live at least 5 years longer than the men. Because, we take the children to the hospital, we are aware, and we look after ourselves. Men are busy looking for money. Okay. To take care of them. I like that. We want to look after each other so that we can live improved, longer lives. So we'll do that. Sorry. Okay. So this is the biggest, the single most important, the single largest percentage of death is attributed to non-communicable diseases. 74% of death that we have globally, this is a global statistics, is due to non-communicable diseases. 14% to communicable diseases, 12% to other things. Other things, accidents, suicide, homicide, all of those things. What are communicable diseases? We have the heart attacks, the strokes, the cardiovascular diseases, the cancers, the chronic respiratory diseases like asthma. Like I said, 74% of death, non-communicable diseases. 33% die from heart disease globally. This is a global statistics. 18% from cancer. 7% from chronic respiratory diseases such as chronic pulmonary disease, asthma, and others. 3.9% to neurological diseases, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, epilepsy, and others. And then we have the digestive disease, cirrhosis, diabetes. The infectious diseases, we have 4% due to pneumonia, 2.7% to diarrhea diseases, 2% to tuberculosis, 1.5% to HIV/AIDS, 1% to malaria, 2.1% to infectious diseases, and like I said, others. Neonatal death, malnutrition, malaria, accidents, suicide, homicide contribute to the rest. What are non-communicable diseases? First, hypertension, high blood pressure. Globally, 35%, the prevalence of hypertension is 35%, but in Nigeria it is 40%, meaning 4 out of every 10 people seated in this room have high blood pressure, or 2 out of 5, every 5 have high blood pressure. Cancer. Now, the prevalence of cancer, the burden of cancer is increasing year in, year out. We have more than 100,000 new cases recorded annually, cancers of different types. Diabetes is the third one. Currently, we have 3.6 million people living with diabetes. And then we have the pre-diabetic condition. But for those who have been diagnosed to be diabetic, we have 3.6 million people living with diabetes in Nigeria of the adult population. We have an adult population of about 96 million. Out of this 96 million, 3.6 million are living with diabetes. And then we have high cholesterol, which is hyperlipidemia. People with high blood cholesterol, where your heart gets clogged up. That's the complication of high cholesterol. And then the chronic respiratory diseases like the asthma, chronic obstructive diseases like chronic bronchitis and emphysema. So what are the driving forces? Why do we have 74 people dying from non-communicable diseases? What's driving this? Rapid urbanization. Globalization of unhealthy lifestyles, and then aging population. And what are the causes? Smoking, number 1. Physical inactivity, number 2. Unhealthy nutrition, number 3. Obesity, number 4. Harmful use of alcohol, number 5. 6 is stress. So how are we contributing to the rising non-communicable diseases? Generally, we tend to react instead of being proactive. So we'll wait till our body pushes us to the limit before going to the hospital. And rather than taking up annual physical checks, we can manage, we can do it. We're all chasing money. We have to pay our bills. So we have to push the body to the limit. So we're generally reactive. And then, easy way out without understanding the impeding dangers of taking medications. It's easier to take medications. You go to the hospital, they prescribe antihypertensive, antidiabetic. It's just easier than your lifestyle modifications. Then, number 3, we've been conditioned from birth. We prefer our animals to our plant-based nutrition. The animals are sweet, they're delicious, but we prefer that. And then we have the sedentary lifestyle from demanding jobs. We sit at our desk hours doing things without getting up. We sit for long hours at a stretch. And then fast meals because of pressure. Leaders were very busy with juggling different things, so we rather get things from KFC, from Tasty Fried Chicken, unhealthy meals. Like I said, conditioning from childhood to believe that the fat child is the healthy child. We're conditioned to believe that once a child is chubby, that child is healthy. And as leaders, what are we doing? We're too busy. We're too busy. We'll rather safeguard our money than safeguard our health because we think money answers all things. There are diseases that money doesn't answer. We need to know that today. And then as leaders, like I said, we're juggling demanding responsibilities. You're attending to so many things. There are too many meetings. So for you to even look after yourself, it is a task. Then you're constantly under pressure. You have tight deadlines. You don't sleep enough. You're constantly under pressure, under stress, because you want to deliver. You have to deliver. You have to be ahead. You have to be on top. Then there's the responsibility of making critical decisions. You have to make decisions on the go. And all of this, we tend to neglect our personal well-being. Like somebody said, you're looking for money to take care of the women. So we sacrifice sleep. We sacrifice exercise. Exercise is not even important. Our grandparents didn't do exercise now. So for a lot of people, so we sacrifice sleep, we sacrifice exercise, we sacrifice quality time with our loved ones. That is also very, very important. We sacrifice all of these things. So what's the way forward? How do we move past all of this? How do you and I, how do we reduce that burden? That 74%, how can we bring it down? How do we bring it down? The way forward. So we have the 5 pillars of wellness. Number 1 pillar for us is nutrition. What are you eating? At Iwosan Wellness Center, we preach plant-based nutrition. Plant-based nutrition, reducing your intake of animal proteins. We're not telling you to be vegetarians. We don't want you to be vegans, but we want you to reduce the number of times you consume your chicken, your fish, your meat, your snails, your prawns, oysters, whatever animal it is. Why? Why are we preaching plant-based nutrition? Why do we want people to cut down? Because animals have the fat, and the fat is the source, the genesis of the whole inflammatory process that lead to the non-communicable diseases. So we usually advise for people without high blood pressure, high blood sugar, high cholesterol, and those diseases are the 3 big diseases. We tell them to reduce their intake of animal protein to once a week. Once a week. For people who have normal parameters, twice a week, and we can do it. The reason why it may seem difficult or impossible, so for people, I don't throw this at you. We start, it's a gradual process. You can start with reducing the number of times you eat it in a day. So if you typically eat 3 square meals, can you take out your chicken and your beef maybe during breakfast or lunch or dinner? Just start with that. It's what we have been conditioned with. And we need to go back to the basics. What were they doing then? What were they eating? We need to eat our fruits, our vegetables, our legumes, beans, fantastic. We need to eat all nuts. 1 handful of nuts a day, fantastic. Drink a lot of water, at least 4 glasses of water per day. Some people don't really like taking water, so you can do your tea. Ensure you take what you eat. So for us, food is medicine. You either eat to live or you live to eat. Did you get me? You either eat to live or live to eat. Food is your medicine. Make food your medicine. Don't make the medications your medicine. The fact that your medications does not mean you won't have the side effects of the diseases. But your food can be your medicine. So nutrition is an important part of your wellness. You're literally what you eat. Second, for us, the second pillar of wellness is exercise. We're wired to move. The body must be moved. If the body is not moved, it is not a condition of when, but how soon will the body fail you? So physical activity is so important. What exercise are you doing? You need to move your body. Number 3 for us is relationship. Who are the people within your circle of influence? What kind of relationship do you have? Healthy relationship? Are you around people that will elevate you, that would empower you, that will make you laugh and bring out the best in you? Or are you around toxic people who you don't want to see? When you see them coming, you start having panic attacks. That is very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. And if you're in any toxic relationship today, please cut off, because it has a way of affecting your heart. Number 4 for us is, before I leave that relationship, another part of relationship, which is also connected to exercise, is sex for married partners. So we encourage sex. Sex is a good form of relationship. Good relationship, and then good form of exercise. It releases what we call the feel-good hormones. So when you're in a circle of people that make you laugh and make you, giggle and just bring out the best in you, you release feel-good hormones, which is what sex also does. Number 4 is mindset. What kind of mindset do you have? Do you have the growth mindset or the fixed mindset? Are you willing to learn from people? To learn from your subordinates, people lower than you, or to learn from people higher than you? How do you learn? Do you read books? What kind of mindset do you have? Your mindset is very, very important. And attached to mindset is also your mental health. How are you managing stress? There's no how. We can never avoid stress. Stress is good. There's a positive stress and there's a negative stress. So you need to manage stress. Number 5 is rest. We are not resting. I can tell you that the people in this room are not resting enough. I can say that confidently, that the people in this room, they are probably not getting 6 hours of sleep. I can say that. People in this room are not getting at least 6 hours of sleep. And we need to rest well. It is very, very important. 6 hours of good, we call it restorative sleep, where you sleep and you actually shut down. Not the one that you sleep, in 2 hours you're awake again, checking your phone. Oh, who has responded to that email? Then you sleep back again. Then you get up again to check what's happening. Oh, like the company is going to burn down. The company will not burn down. The company will not burn down. Rather, we will be able to achieve more in good health. We will be able to achieve a lot more. The number 6 pillar that I didn't put here is avoidance of risky behaviors like smoking, taking shisha, vaping, and then, like I said, have harmful use of alcohol. We have, like I qualified the alcohol, harmful. It's not that it is bad, but then harmful use of it. Every drinking is bad. Moderate intake of alcohol is good. Moderate intake will mean, for women, one drink per any time they have to. And there's a measurement we use for that. For men, we do 2 drinks. So, no, per week. Per week. Per week. Okay. So, I will talk briefly about Iwosan Wellness Center. Iwosan Wellness Center is located at 13B Idejo Street and is a sister company of Lagoon Hospital. It was an investment company bought over Lagoon Hospital in 2021, hence the change of name from Lagoon Hospital to Iwosan Lagoon Hospital. And then we set up the Wellness Center last year in November. Why did we set up a Wellness Center? Because we realized that we shouldn't just advise people to take pills, but we should teach them what to do. Lifestyle modification is the way. Your pills, like I said earlier, will not prevent the complications of the diseases. Your pills will not prevent stroke from happening. So we set up the Wellness Center, which is first of its kind, where we have both medical and lifestyle wellness in one facility. First of its kind. So when you come to Iwosan Wellness Center, you come in, you do your full medical check, head to toe. You take your blood, you do your imaging, your abdominal scan, all the likes, all the tests. And then we're able to locate you where you are on your journey to extreme health, because that is our promise to you. We promise that we will get everybody, all of our clients that come into the Wellness Center, to extreme health. And by extreme health, I mean we're able to strengthen your immune system so that when the next COVID pandemic or any other pandemic comes, it passes you by. A lot of people who died from the last pandemic were those who had some comorbidities like hypertension and diabetes. Some of us had the COVID virus, but we were able to overwhelm our immune system was able to overwhelm the COVID virus, and we were able to, do well. But some people didn't do well. Some people passed, and we lost a number of people. And a lot of them were because they had the comorbidities. So we want to help you to strengthen your immune system. We also want to ensure that all your parameters are normal. I've mentioned the 3 big diseases: the high blood sugar, high blood pressure, the high blood cholesterol. We want all of these parameters to be normal. And then these diseases are actually reversible. So we want to take you off those pills. You can actually live without the pills. There's a place for medication, but we can reverse these diseases. And then we also want to avoid the suddenlies. There's no sudden heart attack because you're being proactive, not reactive. No sudden stroke. You take ownership of your health. And that's what we do at Iwosan Wellness Center. So I'll quickly show you what the facility looks like. So at the Wellness Center, like I said, you come in for your annual physical test, which we should always do. Please endeavor to always do your annual physical check. So when you come in, we have the yoga studio for rejuvenative care, body-mind connection, and a form of exercise as well. So we have a yoga and Pilates studio where you can stretch. We have the gym. And our gym is managed by our exercise physiologist. He has a master's degree in exercise, so he understands the science of exercise. What he does is he actually curates exercises that are specific to each individual. A lot of people go to gym, but they don't do exercises specific to them. So for us, we locate where the visceral fat, the bad fats are located, and we're able to tailor the exercise specific to you. We also have a nutrition room manned by a clinical nutritionist and a chef. So they take you through how you can make healthy, nutritious meals. And then we have our massage room for rejuvenative care. We have a vitamin infusion room to strengthen your immunity, to help you, for anti-aging, to help you with collagen production. So we have all of this at Iwosan Wellness Center. In conclusion, we only live life once, and we should make good use of what God has given to us and protect it well. We all intend to eat the fruit of our labor, to see our children's children and their children as well. So I will encourage you, take up wellness. It is a movement. Join the wellness movement and be a champion and an ambassador. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Kugo. That was a very short but insightful presentation. Thank you so much. I just kept on writing and writing. I think a lot of takeaways for us. Make food your medicine. Don't make the medications your medicine. Also, we should learn to manage stress, and we should learn to rest well, get at least 6 hours of sleep. Lifestyle modification is the key. And then she concluded by saying that we only have one life to live, and we only live once. She joined the wellness train. Thank you very much, Dr. Oluwatomi Kogo. We appreciate that. A round of applause for her again once again. And so very quickly, we just have a questions and answer session. If there are any questions, comments, so that we can also give our online participants, if they have questions for us, based on the presentation. Yes, we have someone there.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sheyi Olanrewaju. My question, thank you for a very well presented paper. I'm educated and I have a lot of insights. So my question is this. If you have BP, you hear doctors say, or even diabetes or what have you, they will tell you, we will continue to use this drug. But what I heard you mention in closing is that we can actually do some things to take this out. So I don't know how to marry the two together. They will say, don't stop the drug, continue to use,
Should I take the... All the questions. I may forget. Okay. All right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Mafikuyomi. I want to ask the doctor. Every man's problem is centrally located, our tummy. Only few of you don't have tummy. And I've been exercising since I was born. The tummy refused to come down. You say you have specific exercise for the tummy. Please, you have to enlighten us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. When the doctor was making the presentation, I recall at one point I had resolved to take some very drastic action about my small size. So, interestingly, I went to Lagoon in Ikoyi to meet with the nutritionist. So one of the things she presented to me was a bowl. The bowl is about 1.5 times this size of this, and she said, this is the measurement of what I'll be using to measure my food. I have not gone back since that day. The question I really have is about, because you were talking about changing your diet. So I decided I would be smart. It seems beans doesn't have as much of a bad reputation as rice and bread. And so I said, called somebody in the office and said, from now on, it's beans every day. So I started on this beans regimen. Soon after, I visited the doctor in the clinic, and the next thing he told me was that uric acid was now high. I said, you've been calling all these different things being high. Uric acid wasn't part of what you were telling me was high. What has happened? Where did uric acid come from? He said, do you eat beans? I said, Wahala. So, this is how we always end up with this conclusion of, look, something. so, I don't know. I just came to the conclusion that everything in moderation is the safest. So, I just wanted to know if this beans matter. Is it really linked with uric acid? And therefore, even that beans that we say may be better than carbohydrates, you still have to manage how much you consume. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for the interesting questions. And this is what the members' evening should be about, actually. We should be free to share like this. Sir, to your question, when we were taught in medical school, the number one treatment for non-communicable diseases is lifestyle modification, but we didn't tend to emphasize it enough because we were too willing to prescribe medications. I say to you, your hypertension and your diabetes can be reversed. You can do away with your medications if you do the right thing. If you eat well and you do your exercises and you are consistent with it. By exercise, I mean you doing at least 250 minutes of exercise per week. Meaning 5 out of 7 days, you're doing 50 minutes and you are consistent every day. So like I said to you that we have an exercise physiologist, please come to us. Let's know the particular exercise we need to curate for you. Go with that, eat well, you will stop taking the pills. And I would like to get your details, sir, because I would like to work with you. Because these are the data, the kind of data we need to show the world. There's a global movement for wellness. And I belong to the Association of Lifestyle Medicine Physicians. And that is the trend we want to see. People don't want to actually live on medications, but it may be easier because you're too busy to exercise. But if you find the time to, guess what? You will love it. And it becomes a part of you. And then even our taste buds that are used to eating what we love, it will change after 21 days. You will find out that once we take you through healthy meals, plant-based and all of that, it will be difficult for you to eat all the things you used to eat. Especially the junk food, it will be quite difficult for you. So you can be free of those diseases. We can reverse it. Thank you so much. And then, sir, your question. Tummy fat. We can help you. Please come to Iwosan Wellness Center. We can definitely help you. You are probably not doing, is it that you're not doing the right exercise for that stomach? One, or you're not eating what you should be eating. For 30, don't worry, sir. It's very possible. And you can be sure that this will be, you can have a change within 3 months. I assure you. I totally assure you. Yes, sir. And then, sir, thank you. It is something that will kill a man. I'm sorry you had to go through that stress. You started eating beans. Beans is good, is one food we encourage people to eat well. Rice eaten by itself has incomplete protein. Beans and rice makes it complete protein. So you don't have to take off your rice. You can eat your rice and beans, but portion control. Portion control is very good. And you making an effort to go on to beans diet is fantastic. So it's a bit difficult to move people from what they've been used to. It has to be gradual and you have to be consistent. So you take the gradual one step, you're changing some of the things you used to eat to beans, and then before you know it, it's portion, and then adding some other things. Yes, beans contribute to uric acid. It can give you uric acid, but your animals too, meat can contribute to you having uric acid as well. So it's not just the beans, so it can be the meat. And it's possible that it may have been there before, maybe they didn't check. Yeah, so it's possible. But you drinking a lot of water would help. A lot of water. So we will drill down to understand what is causing this uric acid, give you some modification, but please, let's take off that mindset that it is something that will kill a man. And yes, everything is in moderation. Moderation is the way forward. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Health is really wealth. Your presentation was so insightful and very, very useful. What I wanted to know, a lot of my own questions have already been answered, is within your wellness center, do you also provide like an insurance plan to cover some of these costs? Because part of the reason why many people don't pay as much attention to their health is the cost. So I wonder if you could address that for us. Thank you.
Yes, some international health insurances actually pay for your annual health checks. And some of them, like I said, wellness is a movement, is the trend now. The local HMOs are yet to fully get on board with us, but we know that one step at a time we'll get all of them. But currently we have AXA Mansard. So some of the enrollees can use the wellness center. We have Bupa HMO, Cigna, yes, Aetna. So we have those ones that can, yes, and they have been coming, yes. So no, not yet, sir. We don't have a Hygia yet. Avon. Yes, Avon will cover to a certain limit, but not the lifestyle. You know, the wellness center, what we're doing, emphasis for us is your lifestyle modification. It's not just about you doing your annual health plan, because in the past, people will do the annual physicals and then they will just tell them, go and eat this, go and then there's no compliance. So we want you to comply. So when you come into the center, we will locate you where you are and we'll be able to get on that journey with you to extreme health. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, madam. There are some conflicting recommendations. Take plenty of water. When you are hypertensive, some of those medications are meant to get rid of water. So why do you strike the balance? They also recommended 250 minutes of exercise in a week. What about those who have orthopedic challenges, like arthritis and whatever? Shouldn't it be based on case by case, some of these recommendations? I just thought perhaps we might need guidance along this line.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. My name is Zainab Aliyu. I had a question on cholesterol. You didn't really go into detail on that, and you answered the gentleman and said high blood pressure and what was the other thing?
High blood sugar.
Blood sugars can be reversed. What about cholesterol, and what advice or tips do you have to manage that? Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your questions. Yes, sir.
My name is BC. Because everybody was just looking at you, say nothing is happening. I remember when you were delivering your message there, you said about sex, there's a time you should stop or you should add value to it with your spouses. So now I can see nobody was saying that, okay, what age do we retire from it?
Okay, if you would permit me, sir, to start with this question, to answer this. There is no retirement age, sir. Yes. Yes, yes. There's no retirement age. No, you can continue. It doesn't stop her. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to educate, and we'll continue educating. Different people react to menopause differently.
I remember when my dad was going old, he married another wife. He said, my mom is old, she's menopause. That's you know what they call it, say? You will not be able to. That's what they call them. I remember prostrate. That's her. If you, mama, you now got another brand new wife. You now call my dad brand new. He said yes. So please, there's always time limit for everything.
Okay. There is really no time limit, and I will stand on that. I think it is because there is lack of information, adequate information on how to go about these things. Yes. If the woman had known how to manage the menopausal symptoms and how to overcome them, this wouldn't have been a challenge. A lot of times, we do not have the information, or we do not even want to know about it because we've attributed it to something that is normal that you can get help for. Exactly, cultural again. But now, so that's why we can't stop talking about it. We need to educate people coming behind us to let them know that there is nothing that cannot be solved. There are solutions to everything. Menopause is not a disease, and it will only happen for a period of time. And people need to be able to manage it. I think, and the men too, we need to help the women. Getting a brand new wife is not, because that brand new wife too will get into menopausal phase. You keep going. Okay, ma'am, to your question. Yes, I'm sorry I left out high cholesterol. Yes, so the 3 B's can be reversed: high blood sugar, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. Your cholesterol is directly related to your food. What are you eating? So yes, it can be reversed as well. And when you come to the center, we'll take you through all the other things. And most importantly, the reason, a lot of times when we do abdominal scans for people, when they come into the center to have their annual checks. Sorry, you're blocking. Excuse me. A lot of times when we do abdominal scans for people, when they come in for their annual physical, at least I can say 80% of people have fatty liver disease caused by high cholesterol. And this can be reversed, directly related to what you're eating. All right. Sir, yes, sir, I'd mentioned that exercise is good. Yes, exercise is fantastic. But when you have some certain conditions, then we have to, like I said, curate the one that is tailor-made for you. For those with arthritis, there are certain things they can do. So we will curate what they can do to help them. achieve that as well. And then drinking of water. Yes, drinking of water is good, regardless of whether you're taking pills or not. Regardless, you have to drink water. What some of the drugs will do is to take out the water in your system and you have to replace with water. Yes, so some drugs will take out that water in your system. But like I said, for everybody, you have to sit down with us, with your physician, and we have to curate what is for you. But generally speaking, for those who are healthy, who do not have high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and even the high blood pressure medications, there are like 10 classes of them. So it's a particular class that you're talking about, and we don't prescribe this for everybody. So we will sit down with you, look at your history, look at the medications you're taking, and curate a plan that is specific for you, which is why we don't like people taking up the general things people are doing, or, oh, my friend is doing this. My friend said it worked for her or him. Then I take this on. Or you go to Dr. Google. Please do not go to Dr. Google. Dr. Google doesn't have the answers to your question. Dr. Google will scare you, confuse you. So please, see your lifestyle physician and let us curate a tailor-made plan for you. But generally, we say that people should take at least 4 glasses of water a day. 4 glasses. The system has to be hydrated. So the regular glass that we use is 50 cl. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kogo. Thank you so much. Before we take other questions, please, I just want to recognize a distinguished member of the Institute in the person of the honorary legal advisor of the Institute. He came in while we were talking. Mr. Adeyinka Hassan, FCIOD. Thank you very much, sir. Yes.
Okay, so we have our brochures here, which we are going to circulate.
Just, Dr. Gogo, please, one of our past presidents wants to ask a question. Thank you. Yes, yes. And we need to take questions from those online.
Thank you very much. My name is Femi Ekundayo, past president. I saw some statistics that were shown on the board. The non-communicable diseases have the highest. But I didn't see any percentage for natural death. Does it mean that whether you apply all these measures or not, there's no room for natural death? So that's my first observation. Secondly, with the figures shown out, which are worrisome because of the increase, regular increase, should it not become of national concern, even as we are in here, everything that has been served offended all the rules that are given to us? You have kilishi, you have flour, and these are things that we have condemned. Does it mean that it compels us to come to your clinic? And finally, a number of people would like to abide, but if you take too much water on Lagos Road, especially if you live in Agege and get stuck on the road. I'm talking seriously. I don't live in Agege, but I just imagine it might be one of the factors that might discourage people. And that's why when people visit my office, as soon as they get there, when they are going back, I say, please go and use the restroom. To what extent can that affect the intake of water? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your questions.
Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Ciod Malize, the Managing Director of FITC. And thank you for your very beautiful delivery. I just wanted to add something that is a very important point to note. We heard a lot today about exercising. We also heard a lot about balancing your meals. But I'll share something. On the average, every day, I walk about 30,000 steps. And 30,000 steps is about 4 hours. That's mine for today, yeah? But in that 4 hours, your loss will be a maximum of 1,000 calories, yeah? So in all of this, many do not also take into consideration the macros and what they eat. And so you would hear, vary your meal or cut off one meal, but you can exercise every single day and replace every single thing you've lost just at a sitting, just one meal. So 4 hours is 1,000 calorie loss, but one pineapple is 1,000 calories. Are you able to educate people so that they are more conscious of the fact that you must measure your macros, you must measure your nutrients, you must ensure that there is caloric deficit and you are also not overstuffing yourself? Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Again, let me join others and say thank you very much for a very good presentation. My question is about in the family. Long time ago, I was having problems with my body. Rashes, swellings. And I thought it was water that I was using in bath. Eventually, I found myself in a hospital abroad. I spent a few weeks with the doctor. And I'm going to start telling you what this, he said, okay, don't use cream that has perfume on your body. Don't put perfume on your body. Don't eat fish. Don't eat nuts. Don't eat eggs. All the good things. And I said, okay, don't tell me not to touch women. But at the end of the exercise, he asked me, he said, okay, listen, do you have history of asthma in your family? I said, yes. Probably, I think my father's younger brother died of asthma. I have 2 kids. I have a kid that is having asthma, what we know as asthma. He explained to me, okay, asthma can manifest itself either on the skin, on the lungs, right? And that's in the family. That's in the family. So asthma is essentially allergy. So, and that's in the family. So when you say really it's in the family, there are things that are difficult to manage. Now, on top of all this, you see, now I don't take fish, I don't take egg, all the protein things. And because of hemorrhoid, I can't take red meat. So life is difficult. Life, chicken, I take chicken, I take lamb. Okay, that's all right. I can take those ones, those that are not red meat, chicken. But, so life is difficult for some that, okay, normally I'm able to manage. And like I said, actually, I actually want the doctor. Don't tell me. Okay, so really, I want some, so what really should people who are in this position do?
Thank you, sir, for your question. Let me start with Mr. Ekondayas. So yes, there's a place for natural death. I said the others. So it's on the natural death contributes to others. That's the 12%, where we have the suicide, the homicide, accident, natural death too is in that bucket. Yes, sir. And then water. You had mentioned water. Please, let's encourage people to drink water. But like you do, what you do is very good. Just remind people, before you leave the house, quick bathroom break, just quickly go into the bathroom, and then when you get to your next stop, another bathroom break. But that shouldn't stop us from encouraging people to drink water. Yes, we know that Lagos roads, we get into a lot of traffic and all of that. But even sitting down in traffic can make you stressed. And that stress could actually be caused by dehydration. You not even having enough water in your system. You'll just be irritated. So let's encourage people to drink water. But at every stop where they can get good bathrooms to use, let's encourage them. And you know, for men, as they grow older, men generally have enlarged prostates as they grow older. A lot of men, 80% of men would have enlarged prostates, not necessarily have the clinical symptoms, but they would have it, and that would compress, sit on the bladder, and make you have that urge to go to the bathroom every now and again. So, but even at that, it is important to encourage people to drink water because the blood you have to cleanse the body of all the toxins and everything, so water is very good. Then your third one was should it be a national concern? Absolutely. And that's why we're here. I said wellness is a movement. I'm within captains of industries, policymakers here. So this wellness doesn't start and end with us. In our organization, what are we doing? What's there? What is in place for people? How are we encouraging all of this in our organization? What is in our canteen, in our cafeteria? How are we encouraging people to exercise, to rest well? How are we encouraging people to rest well and to make the environment a healthy environment, not a toxic one, not an environment where people are scared to come to the office? I mean, we've heard of different things that have happened. The lady, recently, some months ago, a lady committed suicide in the bathroom of the bank or something. So it doesn't start and end with us. We need to carry this with us to our organizations. So please, our leaders, it is a national concern and it starts with us. We have to make the change and continue, and it will trickle down.
It's such an interesting topic, Dr. Gogo. Just permit 2 more questions, one online and the gentleman there. Okay, all right then.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I like what you're doing. Thank you for your question and your concerns about the macros and the micros, what we're doing. Like I said to you, a lot of people do all of these things. There are a number of gyms all around. People just going to the gym, I'm gymming, and the next thing they're consuming, they're replacing what they have lost again. Please come to Iwosan Wellness Center. We're here to help you. We will sit down with you to curate, because the problem is not even with the calories. The calories will convert to fats, and that is the root of the inflammation and the cause of all of these things. So we need to let people know what to do. How do you do it? For you, what can work for you? So that individual, tailor-made lifestyle modification is what we're preaching. Thank you so much. And sir, yes, you said things are familiar, things happen in the family, but can we change it? Can it stop? Can it end with you? Allergy is common. I used to have allergies too. I used to react to fish, so I wouldn't take any seafood before I even got into wellness. Once I eat fish or any other type of seafood, I start to react. I start to have rashes and all over, and I was told to stop seafood. But that's why we have a clinical nutritionist. What can you replace? So instead of eating things that you will react to, your body is rejecting it. And like we said, at the root of all of these diseases is inflammation. So we can actually switch it we can reverse those things with lifestyle as well. We just need to know the right things to do. So we would sit down with you, have a plan with our clinical nutritionist. Life is not hard. You will enjoy your food without the animals, and you'll be shocked. You would enjoy your meals, but we'll never tell you to stop seeing your woman. Never. We would encourage you to continue doing that. Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. We only take 2 more questions, one online and one from the gentleman there. Thank you, in the interest of time.
Thank you, madam. My name is Mustafa Jinodu. I just want to go straight to the point. My question is that I can see that almost every one of us are using glasses, and nobody ever mentioned the reason why we are using glasses. But from my own understanding, cataracts or glaucoma, what is the cause of it? And then the difference between the cataracts and the glaucoma. I want you to enlighten us. And is it related to, the food we take? Because sometimes somebody will say, it's because you are taking granite, or you are taking gari, it can cause cataracts or glaucoma. I just want you to enlighten us more and let us know the difference between the glaucoma and cataracts and the causes. Thank you very much. Once again, my name is Mustafa Jinodu.
Thank you, Dr. Gogo. There's a question from someone online, and from Shola Adeniran. He's asking, is intermittent fasting a form of exercise? So if you could just enlighten us. Thank you, madam.
Okay, sir, thank you so much for your question. So the difference between cataract and glaucoma, cataract is typically caused by aging. As you grow older, your vessels get thicker, and that's what causes cataract. While glaucoma is an hereditary disease that we still do not know the cause. But it causes, one thing we know with glaucoma is there is eye intraocular. The pressure in the eyes the pressure is very high in the eyes, and that could predispose to glaucoma, which then causes blindness. But to really sit down here and define those two, we would say that I would appeal to you to please come to Iwosan Lagoon Hospital, not the Wellness Center now, and we'll give you better clarification. But the more we take on lifestyle modifications, the more we're able to reverse these things. Hypertension, diabetes, these are all things that could cause glaucoma and complications with the eyes and all of those, blurry vision and things like that. So lifestyle modification is just the way. It's just the way to everything. It's just the way. And then to the question online, intermittent fasting is not a type of exercise. It is not. No, it is not a type of exercise. Is it good? To an extent. So there are so many things online that suggest that you should do intermittent fasting and all of that. But like I said, things that are tailor-made to you. Don't follow the norm. Don't follow what is trending. Follow what suits you. Your body speaks to you. And so when you see your physician, your lifestyle physician, we're able to say, this is what your body needs. This is what you should do and follow through. There are reasons why people do intermittent fasting, that it will work for them, but how sustainable is it? So there are different things everywhere that you will see, but please speak with your lifestyle physician. Thank you. So to just round off, thank you so much I have enjoyed myself too. We're offering members of the Institute of Directors a wellness evening. So come to the Wellness Center. Let's pamper you. We want to celebrate you for taking this initiative. So we want to do this on Saturday, if you're open to it. Saturday, whoever is free to come in for an hour, you have a session of massage, a session with the clinical nutritionist and the chef, and then an exercise session. Yes. So they will pass this form around. Please fill and let's know if you're interested to come for the wellness. Sorry, it's a wellness morning, not evening now. So we want to do it. It's free. It's free. So you would fill in, it's from 10 to 1, whatever time slot you want to come, please. They're different. So we have a 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1. It's just an hour session just for you to come in, see the Wellness Center, and let's pamper you. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for Dr. Kogo. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Kogo. Thank you so much. I think we learned a lot. But our time is fast spent. If we continue to ask questions and questions and questions, you will never leave here. So very briefly, I'd like to invite the President and Chairman of the Governing Council, Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, Alhaji Tijani M. Borodo, FCIOD, to please present our guest speaker with a token gift of appreciation. Yes, sir. Yeah. Do you want to come here, sir? Yeah, I'll call the devices.
Dr. Kogo, can you come up here, please? This light. May I ask the first Vice President and the second Vice President to join me here? This light. Don't worry. If it will not go, we'll know what to do. We'll stay away from it.
No meat.
No meat. Doctor, you could see from what has happened, there's so much excitement, so much understanding, some being scary. Some are saying, look, if you say come, we'll put you through a plan. Somebody said, is this your plan that will not make me come and all of that? But the important thing is health is wealth. And health is everything. And everything is nothing without health. So thank you for this presentation. It's about wellness. And I hope our colleagues here and our guests have benefited from this. Now, as one of the goodies you get, as a member of the Institute, you can see there's a form here for you to fill. If you have time on Saturday, you have free presence in their clinic. So I urge members to please take that opportunity, and so that at the end of the day, you are going to be ambassadors for wellness in this country. Doctor, this is a plaque in appreciation of the lecture you've delivered to us, and we thank you most sincerely for coming this evening. I will ask my second vice president to do the presentation. Amina.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols duly observed. What a wonderful evening we've had. Thank you so much for all your insights. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. I, for one, will be at your center on Saturday. I want some guidance on nutrition because I have, my cholesterol is going up. So I want some guidance in that regard, amongst other things, which I shall keep confidential. So I'd like to encourage everyone to seize this opportunity as well. Let us look after ourselves, as Mr. President has said. Health is everything. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed yourself here as well. And members, I hope if you've enjoyed yourself, please give her a round of applause.
Are you a member? Not yet. Oh, wow. Not yet. So we have to sort that out. Yeah.
She's a member by association. Gigi, where is Senna? Thank you. That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sirs. Thank you. Oh, okay. I think we should take a picture. Yeah? Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, First Vice President. Thank you, Second Vice President. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So finally, before we round up, I'd like to invite our distinguished Director General CEO of the Institute, Mr. Dele Alimi, MCIOD, to give the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Senna. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will stand on the protocol that has been established. Just like my distinguished past president said, that he didn't hear anything about natural death, I also did not hear anything about the village people. Let me give you my own experience. I've basically been on the road for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, And yesterday, I promised myself I was going to have a long sleep. And then I prepared my bed and I put on the AC in the room and went to sit down in the sitting room waiting for the room to cool. And I got back and realized that instead of the water from the AC to be going out, it was coming inside the room and straight on the bed. If it's not village people, why would my bed get wet at a time that I decided I was going to have a good night's sleep? And I had to sleep in the guest room. And somebody looked at me this evening and said, "You are looking tired." And I said, "Yes, it's the village people." I want to say a very big thank you to our guest speaker today. She has been on my case for, I think, close to 2 years now to come to the Wellness Center. But I think after this, I will actually come to the Wellness Center, not because we are offering a 1-hour free session, but because I really think I should come. I want to say a very big thank you to you. This session was wonderful. It was humorous. We were able to exchange banters, and that is the way it should be. Thank you very much for a wonderful presentation and a wonderful interaction with our members, both here physically and virtual. Thank you very much. A round of applause for our guest speaker again, please, ladies and gentlemen. And by extension, I also want to thank your organization for the support we have received. We have always received. It has always been part of our Work for Life every time we had it, and they've always come to give us pep talk about how to live a healthy life. Thank you very much. Let me also thank members that attended this event virtually. While you were having your cocktail and you were enjoying your drinks and snacks, they were there online waiting for us. And I really felt for them because there was no way we could send the snacks and everything to them. But they waited for about 40 minutes while we were having a nice time. So I want to say thank you for them for their patience and for patiently waiting for us to start the program. Especially our past president, that was online, the immediate past president, Dr. Jidema. Thank you very much for attending. I also want to thank our past president, distinguished past president, Mr. Femi Ekundayo, distinguished fellow of the Institute. Thank you very much for coming, sir. We really appreciate you. A round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, our sponsors. I have thanked the Iwosan Wellness Center. I also want to thank the Bank of Industry for the support for this program. I want to thank AXA Mansard. Actually, when our guest speaker mentioned that AXA Mansard is keying into the wellness program, in my mind I said, AXA Mansard, here I come. And I'm glad that they are one of our sponsors there. Thank you very much. And of course, the Bridge Clinic. I share a sentimental thing with Bridge Clinic. Maybe for disclosure, I will say it here. When the center started, my wife was their first account person. It's been a very long time ago, but so I'm really emotionally attached to that center. So thank you very much for sponsoring this program. We really appreciate that. And of course, I want to thank the chairman and members of the Membership and Branch Development Committee. Yes, we have this program, but I tell you what goes on behind before we have this program. It's really intense. I want to thank the chairman, the second vice president, Mrs. Amina Oyagbola, fellow of the Institute, and by extension, the entire membership of that committee for the support we received. Thank you very much. And let me also thank the first vice president. It's not my word, but the president called them his vices. I didn't say so. I'm taking this straight from the president. I want to thank the first vice president, Otumba Tunji Oyebanji. Thank you very much for coming. Let me also thank our council members that are here. I have Alhaji Lamis Diko, who came all the way from Abuja to be at this program today. Thank you very much, Alhaji Diko. I want to thank other council members that are also present online. Of course, I want to thank the person that ensures that we don't run foul of the law, our honorary legal advisor, Dr. Adeyinka Azan, fellow of the Institute. Thank you very much for coming. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank our chief host for tonight, the president and chairman of the governing council, Alhaji Tijani M. Borodo. If I'm complaining that I've been on the road for 2 weeks, I can confirm that this man has also been on the same road with me. So we've been on the road together. Mr. President, thank you very much. How you do it, you are looking fresh. I even forgot to comb my hair, so you can see how bad it is. So, but thank you very much for always being there. Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for making it a day with us. Without you, this wouldn't have been possible. We thank you for the participation. And I also want to specially thank the membership department and the secretariat, led by Mrs. Sena Ayodeji, the director of membership. I want to thank her. I told you I've been away from, so all this was planned by them. I wasn't part of it at all. And I want to say a very big thank you. It gives me a lot of comfort to know we can make this happen. Thank you very much, everyone. I do appreciate you, and I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. For those going to the mainland, I will advise that we tarry a while, because I learned that the road is very, very good. You will get home in about 3 hours. So please, let us tarry a while and have some fun while we are here. For those of us going to the other side of town, for those who are here, I don't think there's any problem. So I say a very big thank you to everyone. I do hope I've not omitted anybody. I look forward again to seeing you at our next event. Oh, just before I go, the elections into the governing council of the Institute commenced today, and I want to implore all eligible members to please exercise their franchise. We have sent the voting link into your various emails and SMS or on phone via SMS. Please exercise your franchise and choose people that are fit and proper to be on the governing council of the Chartered Institute of Directors Nigeria. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you a safe drive home, and I wish you a wonderful evening. Thank you.